Lam Kor Wan was a taxi driver working in Hong Kong in 1980. Every night, he drove a taxi, but he had a terrible secret that would make one question how low a person could really sink. This is the narrative of a taxi driver whose father, in 1955, employed in a Brunei petroleum firm. Lam lived in Brunei with his mother and sister in childhood. He returned to Hong Kong at the age of 7 years old. Lam attended school in a section of Hong Kong known as Kwang Tong. His father also came back to Hong Kong at this period and started a motorcycle shop. Lam finished his education and began working at his father's business, although their disagreements were regular. He didn't get along with his father at all. 1973 saw his father finally toss him out of the house. Lam had been somewhat hostile at that point, particularly directed against women. He attacked a woman with a knife following being booted out. He was detained by the police and was transported to Castle Peak Hospital, a psychiatric facility, where he spent 102 days. After that, he came home. He was only 19 years old at the time. The footage and material used in this video are non-copyrighted. I can't use the real, original footage because it's copyrighted, and that could lead to copyright issues. That's why I use non-copyrighted material in my videos to avoid any problems. Despite treatment, his hostility remained escalating. His family worked hard to help him, but Lam's condition kept deteriorating. Years passed like this, and in 1978, Lam earned a cab driver's license. He began driving at night and also developed an interest in photography. He even joined a photography group. However, his mental state was getting worse. According to his relatives, he wouldn't change clothing, he stayed in the same attire all the time, didn't shower, and wouldn't answer correctly if someone tried to talk to him. But what his family didn't know was what Lam was really doing under the pretext of being a cab driver. This is an extremely unfortunate and distressing scenario. Lam used to drive his taxi at night, and if a woman or girl sat in his cab, he would start contemplating how to assault her. He began strangling these women with electrical wire inside the taxi, then placed their bodies in containers and photographing them. Shockingly, Lam's brother lived with him in the same house but had no idea what was going on. Lam would bring the bodies home when his brother wasn't there, since Lam worked nights and his brother worked during the day. He would hide these women's bodies in the house, even dismembering them and tossing the organs into the river. Among the 4 known victims, one heartbreaking instance sticks out. The girl's name was Chan Fung Lam, and she was a dancer. On the night of February 3, 1982, Lam strangled her with electrical wire while she was in his taxi. He then hid her body behind the sofa at his home and videotaped and shot the entire operation. On August 17, 1982, Lam went to a picture studio to develop some photographs, images of his awful deeds. The studio owner got suspicious, stating the images belonged to a buddy who had been missing for a long time. This triggered red flags, and the police got involved. On April 8, 1983, Lam's trial began. When the authorities entered his residence, they discovered the women's body parts and videotapes. The entire media in Hong Kong covered the case. In 1993, the death penalty was abolished in Hong Kong, therefore Lam is still serving his sentence at Shek Pik Prison. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more.